morning, welcome to Dog on the Plot, and it is Tuesday morning. It's just after 7 a.m. and I'll be heading to work in a little bit, but I thought I'd come out into the garden and try and get a couple of things done before work. And you've probably been gathering over the last couple of episodes. I mean, this is a busy time for all of us. It's a particularly busy time for me with work as well, and everything is just being squeezed at the moment. And the weekends, I rely on the weekends, but this weekend we've got a family thing coming up, so I'm going to be in Malvern for the weekend, and then the following weekend it's Gardeners World Live. I'm going on the Sunday. If you're there, do say hello. And so like my weekends are being squeezed as well. So what I thought I'd do, and this is inspired by Garden of Emma, her video this week, where she went down to her plot and had 30 minutes just to do, she did some weeding, she did some planting out, and she did a bit of harvesting as well. And I've done this in the past, like power hours, we've talked about power hours, but I thought this idea of kind of just allocating a couple of jobs for 30 minutes that you can just squeeze in somewhere would probably really help me at the moment to keep on top of things. So over the course of this week, that's what we're going to do, some little 30-minute slots, and this is number one. Tuesday morning, I've made my little list of 3 things that I want to get done this morning. One of the things I want to do is harvest some rabbit food, because I'm going into work and seeing my colleague, and she's going to give me some of the rabbit bedding that I use on the plot, and so quid pro quo, I give her some treats for the rabbits. So we're going to go around the garden and find some tasty things for them. I also want to tie in some things. That's one of those jobs that just gets left. You know, you keep seeing the sweet peas and they're sort of creeping over this way. You're like, they just need tying up. And it's a quick job, it's an easy job, but it's one that's easy to overlook. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to tie some things in. And then my third job for this morning is to do a little bit of sowing. So I've been so behind in sowing things. I don't think I've sown anything since mid-May. Partly that's because I ran out of compost, and I have now replenished my compost. So that means I can get sowing some seeds again, and I've picked, I mean, I've got a whole pile of seeds that need sowing, but I picked these 2 to start with because these ones I am desperate to get in. They were really kindly sent to me all the way from Chicago, from Robin at Robin Gardens, and it's the sweet garlic and the badger flame beet. And I'm sorry, Robin, I know I should have got these in earlier, but I'm doing it now. And what I thought I might do actually is sow some direct, which I know Robin has done, and also some in cells. So I got kind of double chance, and we can perhaps compare how they get along, direct sown and under protection in the greenhouse. So those are the 2 seeds that I'm going to start with, but we'll do more seeds as the week goes along. Now, but actually, before I get to any of that, the first thing I have to do is open up all my flimsies, take out all the stuff that I'm hardening off. We're due rain today, which is great because we've not had rain in a few days. Everything could do with a little bit of a water. So I'm going to put all the things out that could do with the water so that the rain can do the job for me while I'm at work today. Work smart, not hard. And so I'm going to do that, but I'm going to send you back in time 2 days ago and to Sunday, because I released my last video on Sunday, but I had teased that I was going to spend an entire day at the plot and really get stuck in to doing some work on the plot, and I did. And actually, you join me as I just get in the car on the way to the plot. I'm just about to head down to the plot, and just as I was coming into the car, I saw at the border of the front garden here 2 red strawberries, ripe strawberries, and I had to share the moment with you, obviously. Oh, they smell gorgeous. I've not watched them. Cats do come on this. Oh my god, that's incredible. Oh, first strawberry of the season. So good. That one's even better. Right, I have a car packed full of stuff. Let's head to the plot. Well, it appears June has arrived. Whew, it's hot today. It's lovely. There's a breeze, so that's okay. But yeah, it's really sunny. So probably not the best day to decide to move the compost from the heap at the front of the plot
into the beds, but nevertheless needs must. So I've been back and forth with the wheelbarrow, brought the wheelbarrow down because the one I've got down here needs a new wheel. So I brought the home one down. And yeah, I've been ferrying compost back and forth and filling up the horseshoe bed and the other two raised beds made with the decking boards at the far end of the plot. And yeah, done it now. So they are full of compost. I say full, I've like got 2 centimeters worth of compost on top. I think as I plant things in there, I'll incorporate compost into the digging holes as well. And I do want to get some stuff in there. So I've brought down cabbages and I've brought down the outdoor tomatoes. And it was a shocking 6.8 degrees in the greenhouse last night. You would not believe it looking at today that it could have been that cold. But it does look like we're in for good weather from now on. So I think the tomatoes can come outdoors. They have been hardening off-ish. So hopefully they'll be okay. I think before we do some planting out though, I should do some strimming because I'll probably pop home for lunch. So if I strim now, I can charge the battery while I have lunch and then come back and finish. But yeah, whew, hard work in the sunshine.
So if you were watching that thinking that's ineffective strimming, you would be right. I needed to feed some of the string through, and then it worked a little bit better. So I did a little bit of strimming, came home and had lunch, and I headed back to the plot, but I didn't actually film very much. I just sort of cracked on. So there are lots of little jobs being done. I put straw all around the strawberries. So I did the strawberry bed, weeded it, and then put the straw on. I put the bed, so the bed frame bed, in its final position, filled that up with rabbit bedding, and I also harvested some comfrey and tore that up and put that on top as well, so it added goodness into that bed. I still need to put the compost on top, but the beds that I did put the compost on, I then did plant into one of those. So the cabbages that I took down, I had golden acre and greyhound cabbage, and they went into that bed, and I put little cabbage collars around them. Never used those before, saw them in the garden centre the other day. So I put those around them, and then the miscanthus grass to deter the slugs. And then of course I need to deter birds as well. So I used my underfloor heating piping that I got from Facebook Marketplace last year in the hoops, and put those on the bed, and then some netting over the top to protect them. And it did go down there last night after work because I had a load of cardboard that my colleague gave me to take down, and they're fine. Oh, it's so exciting when you go down and something's actually still alive. The tomatoes that I took down and were hoping to get in did not get in, but they are still down at the plot, and that must be on the list for one of these 30-minute segments this week. Get those tomatoes in. So in terms of this 30 minutes, I spent most of it talking to you, haven't I? But no, I have been out, I've done my tying in. So it's mostly sweet peas. There's lots of sweet peas out there that needed tying in, but I've also tied in the broad beans and the peas. And actually, because we've had this little dry spell, the slugs, and maybe it's because of my slug defences too, but the slugs seem to have taken a break, and the peas are actually growing again now, which is great. We may get some peas in the home garden yet. On to the next job though. So I've just mixed some compost up. So just compost, the plant grow one, I've got perlite, I've got some of my homemade compost was still in there as well, and I'm going to use that to plant these garlic and beetroot seeds. And I'm going to use these little trays. Found them in the garden centre recycle bin the other day, but I like that. There's just like six little cells. So I'm going to do one of the garlic and one of the beetroot. I don't know, my time seems to have flown by, so I don't know that I'm going to get time to direct sow any, and also I don't know where I would have space actually, so that might need further thought. But let's get some of these in cells, and oh, I shall feel so much better when these are planted. Right, garlic, 110 days to maturity, transplant only. So don't direct sow. 2 to 3 seeds per plug to maximize garlic flavor. Harvest at 1/2 to 3/4 inch diameter. All right, well, we won't direct sow then. Let's just do them in the cells. So 2 to 3 seeds per cell. Let's see how big the seeds are then. Oh, they are teeny tiny. There we go. Which I suppose, yeah, that's what onion seed looks like, doesn't it? So that makes sense. Right. So I think Robin's given me 50 seeds. Oh, so cute. Doesn't say what depth, but we'll just lightly cover them, I think. That seem about right. So, right, let's do 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, get in the hole. There we go. Oh, I'm kind of tempted to do another tray now. There we go. Cover them over. And we better write a label. Garleek. Okay, what's the date? 5th of June? Let's go with that. 5th of the 6th. Again, right, they'll need water. Let's do the beetroot first though. All the vegetal sweetness of a beet without the polarizing earthiness, the brilliant badger flame is here to redeem the beet's dirty reputation. 80 days to maturity. Keep moist, 3 to 4 inch spacing. Harvest cylindrical roots at 5 inches. Okay, so I will direct sow some of these, but in the cells I'm going to multi-sow, so I'm going to put 3 or 4 of these seeds in each cell. I've got 22 of these ones. Oh, thank you so much, Robin. When I saw Robin talking about these beet seeds, I was like, oh, those look amazing. And then when she sent the garlic, there was some in there. I'm so pleased. Right, let's do a little pinch then, and it goes. I have to say, I'm feeling very good about this decision to come out into the garden this morning and do a few jobs. Just tying in the sweet peas and things then. It's so quiet this morning, you just got the birds singing, and it's not a very sunny morning, it's quite overcast, but it's warm, and yeah, it just feels very peaceful. I was up last night. I don't know, well, I was awake last night, just sort of tossing and turning, thinking about all the things that need doing. Oh, I just put that back in the bag, and there's only 1 seed left. Okay, these aren't getting direct sown because there's only 1 seed. Right, let's put that one into one of these cells. There we go. Oh, all the badger flame gone. Yeah, I was tossing and turning, kind of thinking about all the things that need doing in the garden and the plot, and you know, it just plays on your mind. It's just so much that needs doing, and there's no time to do it. And I was worried because I'm missing these weekends that are coming up. But this is, yeah, this has felt lovely actually, really lovely. Orange one for badger flame. Right, I'm just going to pop those in a tray of water then, and give them a soak, and then they can come back into the greenhouse. And what was our final thing to do? Pick some rabbit food. It's quite ironic actually that I'm picking food from the garden for my colleagues' rabbits, because Robin, who sent the seeds, she's been having a rabbit problem, and they've been coming in and eating her harvest. So sorry, Robin, I'm doing the opposite to you. I am growing for the rabbits. Oh, and just to say, I'm going to put the beetroot onto the floating shelf because my little resident mouse, see, I have issues too, Robin. My resident mouse seems to like beetroot seeds, so I'll put it up there to protect it. Right, got a little bag. Let's go find some rabbit food, and then I shall catch you for our next little 30-minute slot. Morning, welcome to the garden. It's before work again. It's a bit later this morning. I think it's already 8:15, so I'm not sure we've got a full half hour to spare, but I've already done some stuff. So I took everything out of the flimsies that needs hardening off. I put things into water. I noticed actually that my cucumbers aren't looking too bad. That's the Zephyr one. What's that one? Well, that's also Zephyr. Zephyr in particular is looking good. But they were incredibly dry, so I've just put those to water and some other things to water. Don't let the sun fool you. It was freezing last night. We had rain, slugs came out in force, did my slug hunt before bed, and I thought it felt a little bit chilly, but it wasn't until I came into the greenhouse this morning and checked the temperature that I realised just how cold it got last night. So it got down in the greenhouse to 5.8 degrees last night. You know, my tomatoes, my chilies, they're not going to like that. Oh yeah, to these aubergines. Look at that tiny aubergine. That needs a water as well. These aubergines look a little bit better. What's that one? That one is the check early. They are nothing in comparison to Claire at the Farmyard Garden. Her aubergine, she put them on Instagram the other day and they're absolutely massive. But never mind. We'll get some. What I am quite pleased with, and again, this won't compare to Claire's, but the physalis are putting on so much growth. These are the Cape gooseberries, and if you may know, I've not had much luck with Cape gooseberries in the past, but this year could be the year. Anyway, what am I going to do for my, I don't know, 10 minutes that I've got this morning now I've done those things? Okay, well, one of the things that I got out was, there we go. This tube of wild flowers, a flower seed shaker, or Wilco's, and it says that you can plant this early June. And the bed opposite the greenhouse, I cleared that last week, if you remember, and you know, it's a really tricky bed. It just tends to get weedy, and because it's so close to the path, you don't really want anything that nice, well, you don't want anything nice in there that's going to be abashed by the wheelbarrow or whatever. So I did think maybe I should just cover that whole space in wildflower seed. It's already got the foxgloves in there, it's got the pheasant berry in there, so it's already got a little bit of a wildness to it anyway. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Now it says rake the area, remove any weeds. I've already done that ish. Shake tube, shake directly into the ground, and even dusting, rake lightly. Flower can be rolled or firmed down to ensure the seeds have good contact with the soil. Oh, we might just stamp on it. Water well to activate seeds. Well, that's the reason that I thought today might be a good day to do this, because we have just had all that rain last night, so the ground is wet. Sound like a plan? I think that's probably going to be it for this morning, so I shall do that, and then tomorrow I'm not on campus, so we might have a little bit longer in the garden in the morning before work.
Well, round 3, it's still Wednesday. It's Wednesday evening. It's just past 6 p.m. I've come straight to the plot after work, had some rabbit bedding to drop off, but it just got really cold and really quite windy. But what I've come for this round, this 30 minutes or so, is to get the tomatoes in. So these poor specimens are the outdoor tomatoes, and they survived the, well, what would it have been down here? 4 degree temperatures last night. They look okay, they look fine. They'll look a lot happier, I think, once they're in the ground. But I just have to work out where they're going to go. So how many have I got? 7. You know, I hate an uneven number. 7 tomatoes. Oh, a little bit of sunshine, we'll have that. Where am I going to put my 7 tomatoes? I want them to have a lot of sun. You know what we should actually do before we do this is check on those cabbages. Let's see if they were just completely eaten by slugs as soon as I left them. Oh, looks good. Little bit of nibbles, but not too bad. They're all still there. See, there's a little, oh, no, because you're not going to be able to look through the thing. And you, yes, there we go. Little nibble just there. Yeah, but otherwise, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Miscanthus grass doing well. What else should we check on? You know what? These, I think I said it last week, these peas are doing great. Look at these. These are the Kelvedon Wonder. But look at that. Not bad at all. Being that the plants themselves have been stripped by the slugs. And, as somebody told me in the comments last week, I planted them with onions. And peas and onions, not companion planting. Not good together. Luckily, it doesn't seem to matter because they're struggling so much from the slugs, they haven't even got time to struggle from the onions. Now, something's happened here. These are the field beans. There's one down, two down. See that one? Look. Down on the ground. Oh. And, oh, third one down. Now, they are supposed to be a cover crop, so it doesn't really matter. I'll chop them up and put them well, just on the bed as a kind of mulch or underneath the soil as I top up the beds. And there's still plenty left there because I did want to try the field beans in comparison to the broad beans. And actually we should harvest a few broad beans for dinner tonight as well. But back to tomatoes. Right, let's make a plan. So these are the beds that I've got ready, but I don't think I want tomatoes there. These cardoons are hopefully going to grow really tall, and then there's the Jerusalem artichokes all the way along there, so that's going to provide shade, which is why I put the cabbages in here, and my idea is to have kale here and other brassicas along here. I've got enough brassicas to fill all of that space. This is being reserved potentially for pumpkins and sweet corn, as is the one at the very front there. We've got potatoes in the side ones. This is the perennial bed and hasn't really been thoroughly prepped yet. It's only been weeded. So that kind of leaves me with this centre bit where I've already been planting. I've got these two beds on either side of these onions. I mean, that gets full sun. Shall we go for that? Yeah, I like that. I like that as a plan. Okay. Right. Hurry. Do we want to put some more soil in those beds first? No, I haven't got time for that. Let's just get the tomatoes in. We can always earth up the tomatoes, can't we? Right, let's see what we've got then. So we've got mystery. Right. We've got crushed heart. Right, that one I should have at least 3 crushed heart. Oh, an old German, honeymoon, and crocchini. Okay, let's put the crushed heart in these, and then well, shall we put the mystery in here and hope that it's a crushed heart? Does it look like one of the others? No, they all look very similar. No, okay, let's put that one over there then. Mystery. Right, we each have a corner. Or perhaps put some basil or something and some marigolds in between. Yeah. So the crushed heart is going out because the crushed part or the heart part indicates some the plight of the tomato, some blight resistance. So yeah, I think it's like resistant to blight as opposed to you're guaranteed not to get blight. And everything got blight on the allotment plot last year. So we're having another go. I mean, to be fair, last year was so wet and it wasn't even very warm, was it, last summer? It wasn't a great summer. Let's hope we get a better one this year. Right, I've dug a really big hole. I'm going to put some compost in it. Oh. There we go. It's a nice little root system on there. And I'm going to plant it nice and deep. And take off that lower leaf even. And that leaf apparently. Oh, and that leaf apparently. I think it's okay to remove some of the lower leaves. And some more compost around. Hi! Yeah, always fun to get caught talking to yourself. Label in. So this that I'm bringing up is the rabbit bedding that I put a layer of over the cardboard, and then the soil went on top of that. I can't see much evidence of the cardboard, to be honest. Must have broken down, or be pretty broken down already. Okay, nice big hole. Here we go. Plant it nice and deep. Take off those lower leaves, maybe even that one. Into the hole. Oh, let's put some fresh compost in as well.
Well, job done. I need some more canes. So there are some at the back of the shed. I just can't get to the back of the shed at the moment. It's so full. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was just going to trim the rusty leaves off the garlic. So Rach at our allotment plots, she said to just take the rusty bits off so that you're not spreading the spores, or is it a spore disease? Rust? I'm not sure. So I'll clip those off, but most of the garlic is really still green, so it will still be growing. I'm not going to harvest it just yet. Oh, but I was going to harvest some Broadbeans, wasn't I? So we'll grab a couple of those. There we go, a few broad beans, and I took the tops off the field beans as well. So apparently they're very tasty, aren't they? So I'll saute those up for dinner tonight as well. But I think it's time to call it an evening. I shall... Oh, actually, my cousin's down here. Shall we go take a look at her plot while we're here? Come on. She is busy digging, and here's her plot. Ah, it's looking nice in this evening sunlight, Beck. All done in a couple of months. How long you had it? It was after Easter, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's after Easter.
After Easter. Here we've got potatoes that are looking amazing, much better than mine. More potatoes over there. Fennel. Courgettes are in here, not in mine. Strawberries, flowers. Celeriac?
Yep.
Ah. Brassicas are under the netting.
And
And a few there. Also using the miscanthus grass over here. And there we go. And that is it, Becky, because the charge is gone. It's over. morning, welcome to round 4. It's Thursday morning now and it's work from home day, so a little bit more relaxed. Got everything out, flimsies open, etc. that I normally do in the morning, and then I've just harvested these elephant garlic scapes, so they'll be lovely for dinner tonight. Nothing like the smell of garlic first thing in the morning, is there? So this morning, right, I think we're only going to have a short one. And then I'm going to walk the dog. If you've been wondering where Dory is, because I've been on campus the last 3 days in a row, Mom has had her. So Mom is bringing her around and we're going to take her for a walk in a minute. Before she gets here then, as my little job for this morning, I want to sow a few seeds. The first, I picked 3. So the first one is a couple of basils. They count as one. Thai basil and basil Greek. So we put the tomatoes in last night. I have got some basil that can go out with the tomatoes already. Just holding off because, you know, slugs. But I want to get some more on succession. So we'll do some basil. Now this is one I'm a little bit on the fence about. It's the achikikuri seeds. I think I could check, but no pigeon. I think I've only got one seedling. And this is my favourite pumpkin, so I'm thinking, should I sow some more? Now I know Claire has got some extra pumpkin seedlings that she's going to bring me to Gardeners World Live. Actually, these seeds were from Claire as well. She's very much my pumpkin enabler. So I think I'm just going to sow a few more and yeah, hope for the best really. I do really want those pumpkins. And the last thing I'm going to sow is this hollyhock. Now I have quite a lot of hollyhocks in the garden. I really like them. They're such a beautiful cottage garden plant, aren't they? And I actually have loads of seed of hollyhocks because you can collect the seed really easily and save it. And but they're all like pastel kind of colours. And when I saw this one in the King Seed catalogue, it's hollyhock black hollyhock, and I couldn't resist. So my neighbour around the corner as well, she's my hollyhock enabler. She's given me a lot of hollyhock seed in the past, and I promised her some of these black ones as well. So I want to get those started. So that's 3 seeds to sow this morning, and then so that's round 4. So round 5 will be at lunchtime today, and there's something I want to tackle. It might be too big, but we can make a start, can't we? And that's kind of the whole point of this, isn't it? Just chipping away at these tasks. Okay, so let's get these started. Right, I think I'll do the basil in one of these trays and then I can prick it out. I do like doing different kinds of basil. I really liked the cinnamon basil last year. It's so aromatic and lovely for teas. I need to get some of that going soon as well. But these ones, the Greek, I think the Greek one, maybe the Thai one as well, has the really kind of small leaves and is quite a little bushy plant. I'm not sure. Just put a few seed in. Actually, I might go get the cinnamon one because there'll be room in this tray. So that was the Greek. I should probably write my labels. There's the Thai. Got the rest of my basil seeds. Lemon, deep purple, Siam Queen, sweet green, Genovese, another lemon, oh, and there's the cinnamon one. So many lovely basils. Yeah, as with many things, I like all the varieties. Right, just cover those over with a little compost. And give them a little water. Right, the pumpkins and hollyhock, I think I'll do in these trays. Maybe I'll do a bigger tray of hollyhock actually. Yeah, let's do more of those. Right, let's see how many we've got of these achikikuri. Oh, only 3. Okay. Oh, here's Mom. Let's put these 3 in then, and I might put another 3 of a different pumpkin in. Right, I will catch you later then. After 24 hours of steeping the elderflowers in water, 3 litres of water, you can add the sugar, 450 grams of sugar. This is optional, but I'm adding a squeeze of lemon, and you want to stir thoroughly so that the sugar dissolves. Next, you'll need your batch of kombucha. This is just a black tea kombucha. I'm adding 340 millilitres of the kombucha. This is the starter that will inoculate the elderflower kombucha, and then I'm adding a layer of my SCOBY. The kombucha can now be covered, and you'll want to wait at least 7 days before giving it a taste test and bottling. So my Thursday lunchtime round didn't happen, in part because I came out into the garden and knocked over an entire tray of brassicas. So I had to repot all those, and now I have 12 plants that I don't know if it's a cauliflower, if it's a broccoli, if it's a kale. So we're just like last year where we've got a load of random brassicas. So I had to repot all those anyway, so it put me a little bit behind, and I didn't get to do the thing that I was going to do, and I'm going to save it actually for next week now. So for today, well, I've already done 1 round, so what are we on now? Would that be round 5? So I was on the dog walk this morning. I popped into the plot and I had taken down one of the Barry's Crazy Cherry tomatoes to put in that gap where I'd only got 3 in the bed. So I've put the 4th one in the bed now. So that went in and had a little nosy around, picked a few strawberries, which is always nice. Got them before the woodlice get them, so I've put them on the windowsill to fully ripen. And it's now Friday afternoon, just after work, and round 6, my final round, I think. What I've decided to do for this one, because I am a little bit tired, it's been a long week, I thought what I would do is prick out this tray of rudbeckias. There are 4 varieties of rudbeckia in here, and I mean, they should have been pricked out. When were they sown? 13th of April. And yeah, they should have been pricked out probably like a month ago. Anyway, gonna do it now, better late than never. So I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna prick those out, but I just want to say another big thank you to Emma for inspiring me to do this week, because I think I've got so much more done than I otherwise would have. Let me know what you think. Do you do short bursts of gardening, or are you a bit of a binge gardener like I usually am? So have a lovely week, and if you want some more motivation, have a go at this video. See it, do it.